go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of From Real to Heal Review Edition. As always, I am your host, Stephen Ronnie, and with me, as always,
it is I, Trips, and it is spooky season, people.
and
the Zombie Master. The Hooligan won't be with us tonight, but he will be in for future reviews. And Ronnie, if you want to introduce the new guest commentator coming in soon.
And joining us down the road, the first woman of the NPN, my wife, Deanna. So she will be joining us for more of reviews. She actually watched Blade, but unfortunately she has work super early, so she can't make it today.
Yes,
but yes.
And Ryan has to work early as well, so he's not here yet, but he will be here for future reviews.
Yes.
So, gentlemen, the movie.
Blade.
The first rated R comic book movie.
Yeah, fuck you, Deadpool. If it wasn't for Wesley Snipes and Blade, none of us would have thought Ryan Reynolds should have been Deadpool. Fuck you.
There are two roles. There are two roles that Wesley Snipes is really known for: Willie Mays Hayes and Blade.
No, you're yeah.
Not wrong.
And okay, before we start with this, I want to get your guys' opinions on this. The new Blade remake that they're coming out with. Are you gonna give it a chance?
I never knew it existed. And who the hell is playing Blade?
Oh, it's I let me find it because I don't want to butcher this kid's name because it's something like, if I say what I'm about to say, it could get me in a lot of trouble.
Let me Google it and find it. Since I'm usually better with crazy names.
It's from House of Cards, Mashallah Ali.
Never heard of him, never watched House of Cards.
Mahershala Ali?
Yeah.
Really? The guy from, oh my
House
God,
of Cards.
what the hell was he in?
Yeah, House of Cards. He was in, Luke Cage.
Another show I never watched.
He was in an Oscar-winning movie.
Moonlight.
Moonlight. That's what I was thinking about. Moonlight.
Yeah, he is your new Blade.
Well, I'm good with that.
I mean, does he look like a young Wesley Snipes? Yes, he does. He was also in Green Book.
I have to wait. Go ahead. Finish what you're going to
say. No, I was going
to
say he was also in the Green Book.
Well, for me, I have to wait to see the trailer for it. Because when I go to the movies, my girlfriend and I go to the movies, we see trailers for different movies. If it's a great horror movie, we'll go see it. But if the trailer looks like shit, we won't even bother.
Right.
Because, there's a bunch of trailers, which we're not going to discuss now, but there's a bunch that I saw that are coming out that I cannot fucking wait for. So, but that's for another time.
So, there's already talks, too, that they want to bring Blade, Wesley Snipes back, and, who else? And Nick Cage, bleh, as Ghost Rider, back for the MCU, for the TV shows, and possibly something to do in Phase 4 as a multiverse. And if that's the case, I am fucking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an MCU movie.
And especially, it's an MCU movie, but the fact that Wesley Snipes still looks like he did in Blade.
Just has to tighten up his hair, but other than that, it's the same guy.
Yeah, he still is in the same...
Wesley Snipes also gave Ali his blessing, so...
Right, well...
Yeah, there you go.
But the question is, it's one of those things where it's like, you look at like Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine. Can you see anybody else playing him? I can't see really anybody else playing Blade but Wesley Snipes. I'll give him a shot. I'm not saying I wouldn't give him a shot. I'm saying it's just it's one of those things.
Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately that you have to, because unfortunately there's a thing called age.
Have you seen Wesley Snipes? He hasn't aged a bit.
Yeah, I've seen Wesley Snipes, but the same thing. He might be able to play one, but the thing is, if they're trying to make a franchise, you can't really build it off somebody like that, especially older. When you're trying to remake it, like things.
Well,
If you try to remake something and you put the original guy in there, it's not a remake.
Well, you can still do Old Man Blade. That's a comic on itself. That's like Logan. That's like Ghost Rider. You can make the franchise out of an older guy who's played it.
Yeah, they could do that like they did with Old Man Logan. The thing is, they didn't make it part of the MCU. They made Logan separate.
Well, that's because it was still owned by Fox at the time, but that's a different issue for another day.
Also, they made it separate. Because how the fuck would they get Wolverine in the MCU now that they have the X-Men? But
multiverse.
How would they get Wolverine in the MCU? So with Logan, they just made it separate.
Well, now they don't.
The Old Man Logan thing anyway was, one-off.
Well, now they don't have to, because now that's the whole point of the Phase 4. You get the multiverse, which then you get the Fantastic Four, and you get Blade, you get Ghost Rider, and you get the motherfucking X-Men.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so, thing is, I can see other people playing Blade because the short-lived series on Spike, yes, I'll say it right now, Sticky Fingers actually did play a good Blade. It was everybody else around him that killed that fucking thing.
But anyway, John, what were you going to say before I move on?
I completely lost my train of thought. But go ahead. Let's just let's get into this review.
So Blade, starring Wesley Snipes as Blade, obviously. Stephen Dorff, who is in everything but yet is in nothing, playing Deacon Frost. Chris Christopherson, again, who plays in everything but yet nothing. And Donald Logan.
Donald
Logue, who's again in
Whistler.
That's not the point. I'm saying is Chris Christopherson's in everything, but yet in nothing. And Donald Logue, again, who's in everything, but you may know him from Grounded for Life or SVU, but he's in nothing. It's actors that like you kind of look at and go, oh, I know who that is. What the fuck was he in? It's that
I know that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that face.
That's this kind of movie, except for Wesley Snipes.
So, all right. So, Ronnie, you want to kick this review off?
Oh, yeah. So, all right. No, we're not going to go frame by frame like always, but we'll just go through with really our best parts. Like, the first things I want to ask is, does this movie hold up? Because this is from 98.
Yes and no. I think it does, yes, because vampires are always going to be in vogue. They're always going to be, everybody's going to lose their minds because of that Twilight shitty series that was out. But vampires are always going to be in style. And if you think about the beginning of the movie starts out in a fucking rave.
Yeah.
Raves are still a thing. Not recently, but they are still a fucking thing.
All you gotta do is really update the music.
Right.
Like that, all you gotta do is sub the boom ba dum ba dum for a little bit, almost like dubstep, and it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
what do you think, Ronnie? Does it hold up or no, in your eyes?
Yes, because 90% of it's practical. The CG does not hold up.
Oh, God, no. Oh, Lord, no.
But a lot of the stuff is makeup and practical effects. So, yeah.
The Blade makeup to me was just when I saw Wesley Snipes playing Blade, they nailed the look, they nailed the costume. this was a direct, in my opinion, rip. I mean, it's like the comic book actually came to life.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't deviate from the comic book whatsoever, even down to the hairstyle and the glasses.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny.
And
this
that,
movie.
To me, oh, go ahead, finish.
So I was gonna say is how much do you think this movie costs to make?
This came out when 98.
Yeah.
I'll go $4 million.
No more. This was a $45 million budget.
Okay, I was wrong. I really undershot it then.
But boy, did it make its money back and then some. At box office, $131.2 million.
Wow.
In 98.
Well, you got to understand, this was the days before streaming everything, and people actually went to the fucking movie theaters and sat through a movie, and there were no spoilers online. There was no, leaked versions. There was no pirated versions on the street.
But
the
also,
only way you were going to see this movie was in the fucking theaters.
But also remember, at that time, Blade was a B-list superhero. No one knew this was one of the first superhero films that took time. And I gotta rephrase, and I gotta say that because 98. I mean, you did have the Turtles and stuff like that, but I mean, this was one of those where who's Blade? He was not a mainstay in Marvel's catalog. And to draw 100,
it's an adult theme,
right? It was something that caught a lot of people's eye, and the fact that it was a $131 million box office, which you really didn't see a lot of that until, for an adult theme, you didn't see that until fucking really Deadpool.
No, you're right.
It was impressive. Right. It was impressive.
Oh yeah, I mean, completely impressive, but the fact is that A, we've all agreed it still holds up. B, Wesley Snipes is fucking fantastic as Blade. But the twists and turns this movie had with the, like you said, with the adult themes, it was very adult. This movie could not be made as a PG version. You can't make a PG version of Deadpool. I don't think it's possible.
Or, yeah, Blade.
I mean, Blade, yeah. You can't do a PG version of it. You can't. They tried to make a PG version of Deadpool, and just frankly, it sucked.
It was him telling the story to Fred Savage.
Pretty much, and it was no cursing. That's it. And no gore.
Chris, what about you? Do you think...
you can't do a PG version of Blade because, one, a vampire movie without gore is dumb.
Right.
That's first off right there. Secondly, because Blade has a lot more adult, adult themes than most other things. Like Blade is like struggling with who he is, then family, and then drug addiction, which that's what the whole vampire daywalker thing where he needs to have the serum. That's all a metaphor for drug addiction.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, basically, he needs to have his serum so he doesn't go nuts. He's basically like a junkie. So, I mean, it's a metaphor for drug addiction. Also, with vampires, especially, unless it's like doing like kitty shit, there's no way around it. You have to have them. I'll put it. Like, a lot of the themes are going to be more adult because, well, vampires are more adult. I mean, basically, you're dealing with death at every turn. And it's hard to deal with death at every turn and have it PG-13.
Right. No, you're right. You're completely right in that regard. And it's like, a lot of the overtones about when Blade was born, how his mom was bitten by a vampire the second he was born, which basically turned him into what he was. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't he half human, half vampire?
Yeah.
Or was he a full-blooded vampire?
No, he's half and half.
Half human, half... half human, half vampire. Hence why they call him the Daywalker.
All his strengths. All their strengths. None of their weaknesses.
Except for the thirst.
Yeah, except for the thirst.
Right.
Oh.
But so let me ask you this: now, was there any part in the movie that actually made you laugh? Because there's a part that made me laugh.
Yes.
Because I'm going to steal it from another comic, but go ahead, Ronnie.
Oh God, I was cracking up when fucking Wesley Snipes broke character for half the shit. Gets shot in the fucking chest, you motherfucker. Like, I was fucking dying when he would.
Oh yeah.
When he would pretty much break character to like curse out the cops, it's like that's fucking great.
Or the usual thing when basically Wesley Blade cuts a swath through everybody, and there's one vampire with a little knife, like, and he looks at Blade, Blade's like, "Come on!" He's like, no," and he ran.
Like,
to me, the best part was. The part was, and I hate to, and I'm going to give credit. All credit for this joke goes to Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, because I watched his Blade review recently just so I could refresh myself with some of the stuff. When he, in the rave, when he kills everybody, he just looks at the camera and does the Kevin McAllister from Home Alone and just does a goofy smile. I'm like, really? In the middle of everything, you're just going to go, yes. I mean, really? And make a cheesy grin? And you don't smile throughout the rest? You don't smile again in the whole movie? Really? It gets me every time. Every time I see that, I laugh.
But the fighting in that is what makes it, because you can tell Wesley Snipes didn't have a stunt double. You can tell he did most of his shit.
Oh yeah, totally. Completely. 1000%.
Yeah, definitely.
And it worked. It holds up. It's a good film. I mean, shit, even though we're not at this point yet, it's definitely a recommend.
All right. Now, here's the question.
Yeah?
I have a question for both of you now. Was there any part of the movie you absolutely positively hated?
No.
Knowing the trilogy, yes, and warning everybody now, spoiler alert, if you've never seen the film. Film came out in 98, you should have seen it. Wessler.
Yeah.
Him giving him his gun, walking away, and you think he shot him. He shot himself. He thinks he shot and killed himself. Just to reapprise himself in the second movie.
Right.
It's like,
Well, didn't Whistler get brought back to life?
yeah, but yes and no. They've never really explained it in 2. He didn't shoot himself. That's one thing. He didn't shoot himself. He shot in the air. He couldn't kill himself.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah.
No, go ahead. Finish what you
And
gotta say.
then he was basically taking the serum that Blade takes.
Yep.
The one part that I just, that they don't explore it, and I don't remember the sequels that well, so you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. The Doctor, we don't see her going forward.
No.
In the sequels, do we?
No.
Then what the fuck was the point of the Doctor?
Well, there is talks of her in 3 when they give Blade a new serum. Because in 3, Blade has a new serum.
Right.
So, I mean, it was discussed about that because Wessler gives it to him. So Wessler still talked to her, but was never really talked about. In all honesty, in my opinion, 2's the worst out of the 3.
I haven't seen. I own all three. I mean, I haven't watched them. I know Ryan Reynolds is in the third one as. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't he Deadpool in the third one?
No, but it's close enough. They don't call him
But-
They don't call him Wade or anything like that. But I mean, his character's fucking Deadpool.
But like I said, I haven't rewatched all the other two. But if memory serves correctly, it's like you have this heavy storyline with the Doctor, and then the Doctor disappears after that. And it's like you think, oh, they're gonna have like she's gonna be like his new Chris Christopherson type character. Spoiler alert: he dies in it. Like I said, this came out. Like Ronnie said, this came out in '98. If you haven't seen it by now, then well, it's expired.
Here's the thing.
But
they tie her into the.
Let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
No, but it's like we think that okay, she's going to turn into the new Chris Christopherson, and then again, she's not.
Like,
they tie her in.
But then Blade.
Ronnie,
No, Chris was going first. Chris was going first.
Okay, go ahead.
All
right, go ahead.
No, go, Chris. Go.
But didn't Blade like save Whistler anyway? Because remember, Whistler was attacked by vampires, namely Frost.
But the serum didn't take. But the serum didn't take on her, did it?
Yeah, it did. She cured herself.
It did.
Did she cure herself, or I thought it didn't completely take?
No, it took because she gave her blood to Blade. Listen, people, if you haven't seen the movie, we're jumping back and forth. I'm just warning people right now. This is not a full-on review like that. We are jumping back and forth in between. We're discussing the movie.
Yeah.
Just warning. Just warning. We're halfway through, even though we're at the end. No, she gives Blade his blood. And then she has to get back to, what's it called? The office so she can take another serum to cure herself.
Okay.
She found the serum, and like she says, oh, well, I could cure you. There is no cure. If you got bitten, there is. Not if you are a pure blood.
Born with it. Like he was born with it, yeah.
They never explained that. Was he bitten or was he born?
Now,
Frost.
what had happened? What I remember,
She was bitten.
His mom was bitten.
No, not Blade. Not Blade. That story is explained. Deacon.
I don't remember that. I don't remember
The Doctor.
Frost. No, she was bitten because the guy that bit her was the guy she knew from the hospital, and it was
Frost. I'm asking if Frost was bitten or was he a pureblood?
I don't remember that.
No, Frost was bitten.
Remember.
Okay.
Frost was bitten. That was the whole thing. Like when he wanted to take out the hierarchy, and they said, "You dirty half-breed," and he said, "Like, well, there ain't many of the purebloods left anymore. You guys with your stupid rules." Because they were against Frost and La Magra.
Yeah. The blood demon.
They were completely against it, and that's why Frost killed the whole hierarchy.
Right.
Because the guy said, "You dirty half-blood." And, Frost basically like, things change. People evolve. We evolve. We have to evolve. And then he killed them all. And Steven Dorff was great as Deacon Frost. That was one of the best parts of Blade. Was his portrayal of Deacon Frost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was such a great villain.
Oh, I mean, dude, he's, like I said, he's in everything, but yet he's in nothing. Because if you think about it, Blade was a superhero movie. He did a lot of bullshit. Fucking Alone in the Dark.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like
Hey.
he's 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right?
I mean, hey, you can't fault everybody's bad decision.
I mean, Christian Slater will say differently.
Yeah.
But no, what else? What is it? Oh yeah, you find oh, good lord, what is it with MCU movies or like the superhero, like old darky superhero ones, where you need the overweight fat slob character?
Wasn't that Patton Oswalt?
Close enough. Actually, I don't know.
I think Patton Oswalt was in one of the Blade movies.
Oh, he was in 3.
And you know who else was in 3? Well, this is just a slight off topic, but it ties into the movie. The hangout where they Blade and everybody was in part 3 was the McBarge that used to be in Canada that was floating around forever. They just converted it into they filmed the entire movie in that thing, which was in Blade 3.
Who was the voice of the fat Jabba the Hutt character?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name. The fat vampire that he shines the lights on, right?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his actor's name who did the voice. And I don't think it's in the credits either. I don't think we can look it up.
I'm looking for it right now. It doesn't say Bloodbath Vampire.
It should be Sloth. It may be Sloth Vampire. Or Grotesque Vampire or something.
Creepy morgue guy. Japanese doorman. I can't believe that's actually a fucking credit. Vampire. And then Frost's Goon. Von S. It is what it is. But no, they come and find this fat record keeper. And yeah, they pretty much kill. Did they ever say they killed it?
No. From all he did was, I think was it Blade that was trying to get info out of him,
Yeah.
and he would turn him on. He would turn the ultraviolet on, just to say he goes, well, I could leave this on, and then he turns it off, and he eventually heals himself. I think he leaves him alive. I don't think he's not killed. Because I would have remembered, I don't think he was killed. No, I think he was kept alive.
He wasn't. I forgot who killed him. I think Whistler killed him.
What, the big slothy guy?
Yeah, because Blade was using him for information, and then he came back once for information, and the guy was dead.
Because I know they destroyed the UV lamp.
Yeah.
And it was either Whistler that killed him or somebody else, because he basically said he's an abomination. He deserves to die.
It might have been Logue's character. What the hell's his name? Fucking Quinn.
He made him grounded for life.
Yeah, it might have been Quinn that did it.
He was grounded for life.
For life, yeah. But bunch.
Yeah.
I'm here all week, folks.
Try the veal.
Yeah.
Try the veal. Tip your waitresses. But no, I mean, it's like, I just thought
Oh, no, sorry, Deacon killed him.
Deacon
killed him.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, because I remember that, because I was like, no, tell me what I told you what I know. Now, turn it off. And he's like, well, nice knowing you. And he puts, like, these sunglasses on the rest of the vampires do, and they turn the UV up and basically just fries them.
No, they don't. You're mixing two deaths. Isn't it the pureblood vampire that they kill? With the sunlight.
I'm saying the Bob one died because I remember Blade went for information and the guy was, like, burned to a crisp.
Yeah, but I don't think he was dead.
I don't think he was
No,
either. He
he
might have been
died.
fucked up, but I don't think he was killed.
No, he died.
Okay. I mean, it is what it is. It's not.
Right. It's not like he was a pivotal role anyway.
No.
No, it wasn't. It was like, ah! Basically, it was like to show
Ow, that's
that
nothing.
Blade has a heart
Yeah.
because he'll torture him for information, but he won't kill
She will. He moved.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's like, he moved. What? What? No, he did. Yeah, he did. He's too fat to move.
him. Yeah.
He was Jabba the Hutt after Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, then you get the blood god. I mean, you go through everything, and then you got the blood god ritual, where you have the 12 pure blood standing in the area, underneath the area where they needed Blade's blood, which turned Deacon into the blood god. And then, let's face it, the most badass motherfucking fight scene in this movie.
Yeah, because finally Deacon Frost could actually take Blade.
Yeah, they could actually go one-on-one.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just him, the fucking Quinn kill, where he just fucking grabs the sunglasses and then just fucking badass ensues.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite thing. Oh, your serum? Your serum? Try it. You might like it. Yeah, please do it. Then you're fucking dead.
And that's when Blade had to feed on the girl.
Yeah.
Or his mother, actually. He fed on his mother.
So. No, he didn't. He had to kill his mother. He fed on the doctor.
The doctor.
Yeah.
To get his strength up so he could kill Frost.
Yep.
And then she cured herself from that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the fact that his mom was still around and she was working for the bad guys, I mean, that was fucked up.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
she was
But
bit.
that was straight out of the comic book, too. But that was, yeah. Well, she was bit before she gave birth to him, hence why he's half and half.
Yeah. Oh, God. I know I said no off topic, but real quick, Chris, your Mansoor match is going to happen at Crown Jewel.
Oh, there it is.
But anyway.
Yeah, but let's not go.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the movie.
Back to the
Yeah, movie.
Yes. What else is there? I mean, it really ends with you find out if someone's bit that they're not all turned to vampires. Some actually die, like the cop, or they turn into a zombie-like creature.
Oh, the
Like
ghoul.
that guy that was from the hospital who was burned.
The doctor.
Right, which was the doctor's ex-boyfriend or something. He's basically crispy.
No, well, not yeah. He was the one that got eaten by fucking Quinn, aka Quinn Quisp, Crispy Quisp. But but he started more decaying, so it wasn't even the fact that. So it was nice to show that there's other different type of fucking vampire from the vampire virus.
Right.
So you had that, because then you find out in 2, you have the pure bloods. Which, this is not even, everyone's like, oh, these are pure bloods. No, that's in 2. Don't, it's fucking weird. There's good old Mother Russia. Hi there, comrades.
Dos Vidania.
But, alright, is there, what else would you like to talk about? Because, I mean, how Frost dies, he overdosed from the EDTA, which is the coagulant that the doctor fixes for him to pretty much blow the fuck out of zombies.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gets
he
too much
OD'd
of
for his god blood.
Right,
Oh.
pretty much, and he pretty much fucked himself on that one.
You know what? The one thing I gotta say is the kills from when the coagulant hits them looks like not like very dated Mortal Kombat fatalities.
Yeah, I could buy that. I could buy that.
Looks like the kiss of death fatalities from Mortal Kombat.
But you know what? Also, you know what struck me too? Don't they like get real big and explode?
Yeah, that's what I said. It looked like the kiss of death from Mortal Kombat.
You know what that reminded me of? Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
That one dude who's just like got real pissed when he gets mad, he expands himself until he just blows himself up. That's what when I first saw Blade, that's what I thought of. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Was that.
Right.
But I really have nothing else really to go off on Blade because there was really, I mean, as good as it was, we pretty much tackled it. I think it still holds up. I would definitely recommend this.
The CG does not.
Yeah.
It does not
Oh,
hold
the
up.
CG does not hold up. No. I would 1,000% agree with you on that, sir.
But the one thing about this that was cool was maybe 5% of this movie was CG. If that, the tail end was more CG. It wasn't. I mean, even the skeletons looked fine when it came to the CG. It was when they had to do the blood.
Well, when they did, well,
It was when
Yep.
what was
Chris,
that?
Chris, you still there?
I think his crap went out, but
To
me, well, he'll come back eventually.
Yeah, Chris is.
When
I think actually it failed because it doesn't say he's online.
well, mine is still showing.
Okay, yeah, now it came back. Yeah, if he comes back, he'll finish his thought. But go ahead, John.
But the thought is like when they did the rave kills, when they did the that like Greek thing towards the end with all the kills, those CGs you could tell those look bad, bogus as fuck. Those kills did not look good to me. That's like I said, that's my one real gripe I would say with the CG. It's because obviously like multiple kills real quick like that, you could do it practically, but if you screwed up once, you'd have to reset everything.
Well,
So doing something, it showed he disappeared now on mine, but yeah, it definitely said, it screamed to me, it's like the CG did not hold up.
no,
What
well,
about you?
the blood CG didn't hold up. Now, when it comes to the regular CG,
there
he's
he
back.
is,
All
he's
right.
back.
When it came to the regular CG,
What?
like the skeletons did hold up. But Chris, you were saying I wanted to let you finish when you got back. So what were you saying?
All right, you there?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
here.
we can hear you.
Ah! Hold on. Fucking Christ.
Oh, it's his headphones. But no, like it is, like I said, the skeletons held up.
Oh,
The skeletons held up in the CG. The blood did not.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Chris.
Chris, finish what you were gonna say.
What I was saying is like, I mean, the CG was okay until when Deacon Frost blew up, because then it looked like a bad episode of Buffy.
Okay,
Mayor,
I can see that.
especially the mayor in the season 3 finale, like, like, oh, come on, like, yeah, that looked oof. That was bad.
Oofa.
Oh, that was very oofy. That was very oofa. I mean, but other than that, the movie was good. I mean, there's not much you can really say about a good movie. That's why I think the bad movie shows tend to be more entertaining, because you have a lot to say.
Well, it's not that. It's not describing if a good movie was good. It's really because a good movie can not hold up. the fact that this movie was 98, and you look at it, a lot of it is practical effects, which makes this hold up. If like you look at this was the start of CG. So a lot of the stuff like the fading out of like the kills and the fading out when they're turning into skeletons, like surprisingly holds up very well. The disintegrating holds up. Then you turn around and you go like, oh well, now the blood god hits and all the blood. No, that does not hold up. That looks very bad.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, there are other things from a good movie that won't hold up, like whether it be how it was at the time compared to now, like, you know, like how to put it.
There's timeless to timely.
Socio-political landscape.
There's timeless to timely. This is, as for the most part, other than glips and bits here and there, it is a timeless movie.
Right.
You can watch this at any point, any period, and be entertained. It's not like a movie like, oh God, I'm trying to think of a movie that would be like that, like Super Size Me.
Because that's basically like every day. That's real life right there.
Right, but at the same time, I'm saying is you're talking about something that's been discontinued for the last 20 years.
But it still holds up. I think it still holds up.
Yes and no, because you can't order that shit anymore. You can't supersize something anymore.
You can, but it's not as big as it once was.
No, actually, what's it called? McDonald's got rid of Super Size Me. Burger King got rid of the king size. They got rid of all of it because of that reason.
Well, you can get a large fry, but you just can't get an extra large fry anymore. That's the only difference.
A large fry is technically really a medium. They kind of downsized everything. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
But overall,
the point is, don't go to McDonald's.
I mean, you're not wrong there, good sir. You're not wrong there, good sir.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's the point I got from that. But yeah.
But like I said, I got nothing else to say about Blade.
Well, in the ending, it ended with him going to Russia and finding a Russian vampire crusade that will lead you into the second movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, in all honesty, probably is the worst out of the trilogy. Because, like you said before, it's time. This one's timely. Blade 2 is very dated.
Oh yeah, totally.
Blade 2 is very dated and very political.
So
I'll put it that way.
So no, you're not wrong.
We're not reviewing. We're not doing. Listen, we're not going to talk about Blade 2 tonight.
No,
but know.
But I'm just saying, as you're saying that this is timely. This is timeless. This Blade 2 is very dated, where Blade 3 kind of meets in the middle.
Yeah, but I think the only thing that saves Blade 3, or Blade Trinity, if you will, there's three things that save Blade Trinity for me. Real quick, I'll go through them. Triple H.
Yep.
Jennifer Beals' ass. And Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. But, yes. But with that being said, final words. Would you recommend this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
Of course.
Damn straight. This movie is so much fun. This movie is one of those movies you can just put in and watch at any time. It is a good down movie. With that being said, I am not going to say what the next movie is because I don't know when we're going to do the next review. But again, follow us on all social media accounts under the Nerdport Network. Follow us individually on Twitter at FNRonnie.
at Trips NXC.
At the Zombie Master.
And we will see you the next time we do a review, because I don't know when the hell we're going to do it next. So join us back here on Wednesday. If this is out Tuesday, join us on Wednesday for the Nerd Zone. Join us on every Monday for From Real to Heel. With that being said, we will see you later. Good night.
Peace.